Karoline Leavitt is gone from the White House. This is such great news because I'm so tired of seeing her lie nonstop. She drives me bananas. And the Christian cross while she's lying. It's ridiculous. Trump announces this on Truth Social because he's so unserious. I'm going to spare reading all of this to you, but my favorite part is where he says she's leaving at the end of the month so she can spend more time with her beautiful young children and family. A decision I totally understand and respect. Yeah, of course he totally understands that because when Melania was a young mother with a newborn, he was banging a porn star. So yeah, when I think of who are big advocates in America for young mothers at home nesting with their young, I think of Donald Trump, don't you? I mean, what a jet stream of bullshit. But here, why? Why is she leaving? Well, it comes right on the foothills of her boss crawling into a catering container, slinking out of Air Force One to fly home on a different plane while he leaves his cabinet, Karoline's coworkers, the American press, and military pilots to get shot down by an Iranian missile. Pop this up. So the Lincoln Project suggests Karoline Leavitt's departure comes only days after finding out she'd been left on a decoy plane targeted by Iranian threats. Now, I don't know if she was on that plane or not, but whether she was or not, we all know he picked Natalie Harp because he says she loves him more than his own kids do, which that's a low bar. And Karoline's like, yeah, he would have probably sent me on the decoy plane. And she is a young mother. And Trump now is considering a few options. And this is where this is going to get kind of fun. This is just a clown car of incompetence. Pop this up. We've got Kari Lake, Scott Jennings, and Spencer Pratt. MAGA's best foot forward right here, these loons. Jennings was asked last night on CNN if he would take the press secretary job. Play the clip.
Scott, who should replace Karoline Leavitt? Obviously, she is stepping
Scott
down.
Jennings.
And
are you throwing your hat in the ring?
Who do you? Yeah. Well, first of all, are you throwing your hat in the ring? And
will you serve, Scott? Answer the question.
No, look.
Answer the question.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this: Karoline Leavitt has been maybe the greatest White House press secretary in the last 30 years, at least. She's been nothing short of brilliant. She's done it while raising a young family. I think it's great that she's going to go spend time with her family, but I don't know a single Republican in the country who isn't in awe of and in appreciation of Karoline tonight. So Godspeed on your journey back to your family. You've done great.
I mean, this is just why everybody hates cable news right there. Number one, the fact that he is a paid person on CNN to be smug and to be a bald-faced liar. That is just so disgusting. But you hear when he was like, I don't know if I'm going to put my hat in the ring. Of course he's going to put his hat in the ring. The only thing that Scott Jennings is good at is fluffing Donald Trump. That's it. He doesn't believe in anything else beyond that. His best foot forward is standing up for a completely broken man-child baby president that has dementia, that's dumber than a box of hot rocks, that cannot pass a cognitive test, that's raging jealous of Barack Obama, who can't string together sentences, who just found out that the word dumb has a B in it, who just last year found out about the word groceries. All Scott Jennings is good at is lying for him. That's his only skill. He tried to be a good boy after January 6th and had this little tinge of a moment of clarity talking about how the insurrection by Trump, how wrong it was. He wrote an op-ed and all this stuff. He couldn't stay in that lane for too long because his only skill is kissing the ass of broken men. And of course, Stephen Miller is just, we are in stage 5 hysteria meltdown with Stephen Miller yet again. I am so tired of Republicans saying women are just so emotional. MAGA men are the most emotional titty babies I've ever seen in my life. From Scott Jennings lying right there to Donald Trump's midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. benders, putting out banger after banger of delusional bullshit at night. And then Stephen Miller goes on Fox News. And I mean, he is just like PMS galore. Play the clip.
Nationally, her credentials, her accolades, her achievements are second to none. Her job that she has performed as White House press secretary The word exemplary doesn't even begin to cover it. She has served this president so well, this administration so well, this country so well, and very importantly, she's been a role model to millions and millions of young women all across this country, a mother, a family woman, a press secretary, a patriot.
Patriot. I mean, these people are so full of shit. It's ridiculous. She has been an example for women all across the country, an example of how to be a pathological, corrupt liar as she sits there with her Christian cross on and lies and lies. She lies about victims of child rape. She says the Epstein files are a hoax. She lies for an incompetent, obese senior citizen named Donald J. Trump that has cankles and can't even put on his makeup properly. And a couple days ago, donned a wig. These people are so ridiculous. And here's Stephen Miller continuing his stage 5 hysterical PMS meltdown. Play the clip.
The sexual abuse of our children, they're there defending the abusers. They're there defending what's putrid and hateful. On race discrimination, battling with every single university to say, just because you're a young white man in this country doesn't mean that you're not allowed to get the same treatment when you're applying for college. They're the ones that are in court every day fighting to say, no, that kind of discrimination is good. That's the kind of discrimination we want.
Okay. You're the one who is defending child rapists nonstop all day, every single day. Everybody you work with is in the Epstein files, including your boss. This man is so ridiculous. But did you see how angry he is? This is a guy who they call Mr. Prime Minister at the White House. And I want to remind you, viewer, they have the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the executive branch. It should be high times. It should be completely high times. They should be able to get every piece of dog shit legislation they want straight through. But let's look at the optics of this. Zoran Mamdani right now, 69% approval rating in New York. His approval rating keeps going up. Why? Because he's able to get onto the cameras because he's beholden to no one except for the citizens of New York. And he can say, here's what your government is doing for you. Here are the improvements we're making. But MAGA has no ethos. None. Stephen Miller's whole shtick is trying to own the libs because he was picked on his entire life for obvious reasons. I mean, clearly. I mean, I doubt his mother even likes him. But he continues. Here he is with more unraveling. I mean, this guy is the most hysterical human being on the globe. Play the clip.
That's their ideology. That's their philosophy. Because when you strip away all this woke labeling, it's hatred for America, and it's hatred for the people who have made America great. It's hatred for the people who build and sustain things. Look at all of these DSA candidates. Look at all of these radical left ideologues. Look at everyone who proposes all these different woke ideas. What do they have in common? It's a people and a movement who can't build anything.
Okay. I mean, that is just so fucking laughable. I mean, that is just so unbelievable. All of these big blue cities full of all these crazy woke liberals and all of the architects that designed all of the shit, they built all that shit. Show me one big red city. Show me a red state that's a top 10 state, Stephen Miller. You can't do it because all you can do is try to feed this empty, gaping hole in yourself. There's really no reason for you to even be talking about the opposition. Because there is no opposition. Y'all are able to go do every single thing you want to do with the legislature, with the Supreme Court, because you own every lever of power. Each day you should be getting on the news, not hysterical as though you need to change your tampon, Stephen. You should be getting on the news talking about, here's what we're delivering for America, because we have a supermajority. And here are all the things that we're doing to make your life better. He can't do that because he's dicking over America. All he can do to offer as a substitute to the rubes he lies to every day is say, you get to hate these liberals. All right. I try to exercise every single day, but sometimes I just don't have the time. My workload and responsibilities outside of work are so much that sometimes I cannot squeeze an hour into the gym. And that's why I have started using the Life Pro Waiver Vibration Plate. When you stand on the waiver, your muscles are constantly firing to stabilize your body. If you're feeling lazy, you can literally stand on it, sit on it, use it at your desk while you're working. And the Life Pro Waiver actually feels stable, powerful, and premium. Life Pro is America's #1 vibration plate brand. Over 2.5 million people are already using it. And the best part, if you don't like it, risk-free purchase. They have a 30-day return policy. So for a limited time, our listeners can get $20 off the Waver vibration plate plus free shipping with the code IHIP at lifeprofitness.com. That's lifeprofitness.com, and use the code IHIP for $20 off. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know that we sent you. He's trying to get everybody to hate immigrants. He wants everybody to hate woke universities and all of this shit. But guess what? All of these conservatives, guess what happens when their kids graduate from high school? They send them to woke universities and brag about it in their circles. And then we have, of course, dipshit Pete Hegseth. Pop this up. Pete Hegseth has led multiple GOP-only classified briefings in recent months in a break with longstanding president on the Hill. Republicans have urged him to reverse course, warning the approach could backfire. But Hegseth doesn't care about any of this. You know, Hegseth is an untreated alcoholic whose mother sent him a letter begging him to stop abusing women. But here's the best line of attack against Hegseth. I'll let Seth Moulton take it over from here. Play the clip.
I mean, we have a president, a commander-in-chief, who's made fun of troops for mental health issues. We have a secretary of defense who's more focused on testosterone tests than actually keeping our troops alive.
And it's true. I mean, Pete Hegseth is more concerned about stamping out DEI. And imagine waking up in the morning and being an American and thinking, I oppose diversity. We're one of the most diverse nations in the world. I oppose equity. I oppose inclusion. And that's what they do.